Hello. Thank you for joining the New York Immigration Coalition and the African International Collaborative Center's How to Vote in New York City video. This video is part of a series of civic engagement videos that we are hoping to share with you. But first, we would like to thank the New York City Council and the New York City Department of Youth and Community Development for sponsoring this video. My name is Dr. Hadiza Osuji, and I'll be your facilitator today. In this video, we will learn about the voting process, understanding why voting is important, and how we can vote. So first, let's review the 3 levels of government that we are all a part of. We have the federal government. That's for the entire country of the United States. Some positions we can vote for are the president, senators, and House of Representatives, which make up what we call Congress. Then we have the state government. That's one for each of the 50 states. So for us, that's New York State. Here, we vote for our governor, state senators, and state assembly members. And finally, we have the city government with positions such as the mayor, city council, and borough presidents. Watch our Understanding Our City Government video if you would like more information. We get to vote for who represents us at each level of government. This is why we are here today, to talk about your vote and how it matters. We often vote for things in our lives, whether it is our favorite musician or voting for an American Idol candidate. Voting in elections is not so different. We vote because we care about something enough to want to take action. When we vote, we show our preferences, and in elections, these preferences translate to decisions that affect our everyday lives. Therefore, our votes can determine the quality of schools in our communities, the roads we drive on, the trains we take, and the trash that gets picked up in our neighborhoods. To get ahead of the elections, let's be prepared voters by making a plan. It is important to check a few things as we plan. So first, make sure we check our voter registration status. If we are not yet a voter and we are eligible, let's get registered. After that, let's learn about who is on the ballot and what level of government and offices we will be voting for. Next, we will mark our calendars and find out when we'll be voting and get our friends and family to make a voting plan with us. After all, voting is more fun when done with others. After the elections, we can share our experience with the New York City Voter Advisory Council so they can continue to improve everyone's voting experience. Currently, we are eligible to become a New York City voter if we are a U.S. citizen, will be 18 years of age before election we are voting in, and if we are not in prison for a felony conviction. If we check off these requirements, we can register to vote in 2 ways. If we have a state ID, we can register to vote online at the New York State Department of Motor Vehicles website. If we do not have a state ID, we can request a paper voter registration form to be mailed to us at nycvotes.turbovote.org. We can also re-register to vote if we need to change our address and choose or change our political party. All right, now that we are registered to vote or confirm that we are registered, it is time to get voting. There are 3 ways to vote in every election. We can vote by mail, or we can vote early in person, or vote on election day. If we are unable to vote in person due to travel or health or safety concerns, we can vote by mail. Currently, New York City voters are eligible to vote by mail due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It takes less than 2 minutes to request our ballot from the New York City Board of Elections, who is in charge of our elections. When we receive our ballot in the mail, we can fill it out based on our voting preferences. We have to make sure to sign and seal our ballots. If we prefer to mail our ballot, we will have to add 2 forever stamps on the envelope before mailing it back. If we prefer not to mail our ballot back, we can drop it off at a poll site in person. No stamps needed. We have to mail or drop off our ballot before the end of election day. Please note that if you request an absentee ballot, you will not be able to vote in person. Working on election day, busy with an event, voters in New York City can vote early in person starting 9 days before an election. We can find our designated early voting site at findmypollsite.vote.nyc. Early voting sites are staffed with interpreters. Hours and location may vary, so be sure to check online before heading out. The third way to vote is in person on election day. We will go to our poll site where we can cast our ballots. On election day, polls open at 6 a.m. and operate until 9 p.m. Interpreters are available upon request. Get it done and collect your I voted sticker. In any election, we have a right to vote if we are already online to vote before closing time. This means that if lines are long on election day and we are already waiting online before 9 p.m., we have the right to vote even if the line takes another hour or so. We can also be assisted by any person of our choice, except an employer or union representatives. We have the right to request an interpreter. Some interpreters are available to assist voters at selected sites. We can also bring materials with us, including any voter guides. Just remember, though, to take it with you on your way out. If we are ready to vote but find that our name is missing from the list of voters at our polling site, we have the right to request to vote by affidavit ballot. Sometimes our name is missing if our address changed, but our local board of elections did not update our files. For our affidavit ballot, we will be asked to sign an oath saying we are a registered voter, and we will complete our paper ballot, choosing who we want to vote for, then seal it in an envelope. Now that we know all the ways to vote, let's mark our calendars for the next election and get voting. Thank you for watching this video. Again, thank you to our partners at the New York City Department of Youth and Community Development and the New York City Council for making this content available. For more information, please see our website at www.africanicc.com or www.nyic.org.